feel like this, I don't like the overexposure here, but for the most part, I think this new setup looks really, really, really nice compositionally. Holy fuck. We've got like almost like some rule of thirds division here. I love the angles. Like pointing to this corner here is nice as fuck. I don't know how I feel about like necessarily the colors here. I think the lights could all be turned down a bit. This might be the sunlight coming in too, maybe. The angle on like the desk here, the corners and the angles on this, like all the lines are so nice compositionally in this setup. Some of these frames are not straight, but okay. He's about to trigger the fuck out of me, isn't he?
Something that I mentioned time and time again in the buildup to Russia invading Ukraine, something that I kept mentioning over and over again
was that it wasn't going to happen.
Was how ridiculous the denazification argument was. Okay, every country has Nazis in their military.
Did he really say that? He wasn't playing out the Azov stuff? I feel like he probably would have been, but I'm just assuming.
Every single one, okay? This is not a real argument. You can't be like, oh, we got to denazify. That's why we have to invade. You want to know why? As I stated time and time again, when you actually invade a country whose entire national mythos is built around not being a part of the country that is invading the country, Russia, whether it be the USSR or not, then yeah, all of the most rugged, all of the worst fucking Nazis are now going to be seen as liberators. Okay? You actually never denazify a country by invading them. You Nazify the country by invading them. Okay?
That's quite the take. Okay. He's got a cooler gun than you? Wait, where does he even have a gun? Oh. Oh, this gun? This is not a real gun. If this was a real gun, he would be in huge trouble, I think, because in California, this is such a retarded fucking rule, but you're not allowed to have pistol grips on rifles or pistol-style grips or something on rifles here. So this wouldn't be allowed in the state of California unless they've changed it in the last couple years. This is what you have to have for your rifle shit. It's so fucking retarded. Oh my god.
And that's precisely what ended up happening. I mean, that is literally what ended up happening. All the people inside of Ukraine that previously were duking it out on the streets with football hooligans and
that looks uncomfortable. It is. It feels horrible. It's stupid. And your magazines have 10 bullets in them.
Paramilitaries that became the Azov Battalion or whatever the fuck ended up fighting alongside them. Because why wouldn't they? Because now... And that's precisely what ended up happening. I mean, that is literally what ended up happening. All the people inside of Ukraine that previously were duking it out on the streets with football hooligans and paramilitaries that became the Azov Battalion or whatever the fuck ended up fighting alongside them. Because why wouldn't they? Because
one of the reasons why the Azov Battalion was rolled into the military proper, I think that happened in 2022 was the invasion, right? Is because they had all the combat experience. They were the ones that were down there fighting in Donetsk and Luhansk for years. They were fighting with Russians down in the southeast part of that country. Like that's like, did they roll? They might have rolled them in formally in 2015. But these people had spent tons of time fighting already against Russia, like before the invasion proper happened. Like you're not going to take your people with your most combat experience and kick them out because you think they're racist or Nazis or whatever the fuck.
Because now you have a much larger problem at hand.
Why does the M4 in CSGO have a 20-round mag when 30 is standard? Well, that's a really good question. Oh, yeah, wait, doesn't the silenced one have less ammunition in it? I don't know why. That's just a balance thing.
Of course you're going to end up aligning with the people that you previously fought for, or the people that you previously fought against. That's it. So yes, of course the country, after being invaded, is inevitably going to become more right-wing and more reactionary. Okay?
Why is the Sun focusing on this? What prerogative does he have to say this? Does he think that most of Ukraine is filled with Nazis? I don't know. He's probably trying to find a way to both sides. Trying to find a way to both sides the current invasion or whatever. Did you know that you have hundreds of dollars in CSGO inventory? I have no idea what's on my CSGO inventory. Why do you want to scam me? Apparently he was doing the denazify Ukraine arguments.
So
just like Russia's denazifying Ukraine.
no, I don't agree with that.
He actually does agree with that. He was constantly tweeting out pictures of Nazi Ukraine soldiers, saying stuff like, very fine people on both sides, justifying Russia's invasion on stream.
Regardless of whether he wants it or not, he needs it as a buffer state. Exactly. You feeling bad about the Crimean annexation does not change the reality of the Crimean annexation being a completely justifiable fucking act by the Russian government, okay? So that's it. That's fine. And Hitler invaded countries based on Germanic ties at first.
That statement is factually true.
Yeah, dude. Talk to me when he's fucking throwing Ukrainians in a fucking... What are you talking about? Talk to me when he's throwing Ukrainians at a concentration camp, okay? Hitler wasn't fucking bad because he decided to invade Austria. He was bad because he was fucking killing Jews, okay? That was the problem. He wasn't like, oh yeah, we're gonna fucking annex territory with like Germanic people in it. That wasn't the main problem with Hitler, I think.
You see, for Hasan, being pro-oppression and pro-authoritarian is good, as long as it's anti-American. And
Based. Why is he so horrible at dealing with confrontation? Why doesn't he write out arguments beforehand? I don't know. Like, if I wanted to be a big, rude about it, or assume my own ideological superiority, I guess maybe the type of person who would be smart enough to construct better arguments on the fly to defend the crazy shit would never fall for the stupid shit that Hasan is saying in the first place, so they wouldn't have that ideology. Maybe. I don't know.